Hey guys, and welcome to week 6. We are moving from the whole group section of our class into the small group section now that we've finished the essay. So we are looking at our folder here, and as you guys can see, we've got a week full of 2 different texts and group work for those texts. So if you scroll down to the bottom, we have text 4 and text 5, which is where we are. Text 4 is Anti-Women, and text 5 is Declaration of Sentiments. Text 4 is another speech, very different from the other speeches we have read so far in this class. The first section, you discuss what issue might persuade you to join a movement for social change. Then we discuss group rules and move into our first group assignment, Comprehension for Anti-Women. As usual, the Comprehension Assignment is linked here. Your job is to open that assignment, make a copy, and then share it with your group mates. That way you guys are all editing the same doc. Then you will open it and look. There are independent workers' directions and group member workers' instructions. This first section is the vocab section. The next section is comprehension, and the last is summary and essential question. Your job is to divide those sections up by your group members. Once you have finished dividing them up, you will complete your sections and potentially together. So if there are only 2 of you, for example, if there happen to be 2 of you, the way that I suggest opening this up and sharing it is one person does vocab, you share comprehension, and the other person does summary and essential question. If that's the case, you just put 2 group members' names here, and maybe like Britt did odds and Beth did evens, or however you set it up. So keep that in mind. Then you will open the text and listen to it together. If you guys have someone who likes to read aloud, you can open the text and read it aloud. Otherwise, you can use Savas, and I'll talk about those links in a second, to be able to fill out this assignment together. You will ask each other questions. You'll listen to the text. Maybe the person who's doing number 1 didn't catch the answer to number 1, but someone else did. You guys work together to share those. The person who's doing this assignment is the one writing them down. So you're actually like working on it together, but the person who's typing in these pieces is the person who's assigned to that section. Of course, we'll change each text. So if you did vocab today for text 4, when we get on to text 5, you will not do vocab. You'll do another section. All right? So that's comprehension. After you do the group part of the comprehension, you have a group grade form. And you fill out this form here. There's no need to submit anything. You just submit at the end of this by clicking the submit button. And your job is to start with the text you read, your name, and then which sections you did. If you did the vocab and comprehension, because you split comprehension with someone, then you click both of these. Then you give yourself credit for the 6 Ps that you were able to do. If you didn't work with anybody and you didn't turn it in, you obviously don't get those 2. If you didn't have a good attitude that day, you might not get these 2. Prompt and prepared doesn't mean for class, it means for the group portion of it. So if you were late to class, but as soon as it was group time, you were working with your group immediately, you still get prompt because it's about group time. Once you fill it out for yourself, you then fill it out for your group members. For group member 2 and group member 3, that should be the max. I did leave an extra name just in case something crazy happens and we decide 4 people make sense. Very unlikely. When you have finished that, you submit here. It goes to me, and I am able to grade it here. As soon as you have input your information, I got your info here. So, straightforward there. And then that is the first day. We are able to finish up all the group stuff here, and then it moves on to Tuesday work. Tuesday starts with discussions, sharing what we liked about that text, and then an assignment. The assignment will likely be done independently. You'll open that copy and answer all the questions in the assignment. In this case, it is all vocab. So super short assignment there. This then ends with what made motivated truth to struggle for change. You need to find textual examples. We'll share those examples and talk about how that's going to help you when you write the essay. Because our essay, which will be our final for this class in May, is about the question, what motivates people to struggle for change? So we're going to talk specifically about motivation. So we're going to pay attention to each text and what motivated people to fight for the reform that they're aiming for. At the bottom of each folder is a Savas link and a PDF. The Savas link, of course, is the one that's going to get you to the audio version of the text, if there is one available. And then the PDF is going to be the written version that you guys can read. So again, if you want someone to read it out loud, you guys could open the PDF. If you'd rather listen to the reader, and I would suggest listening to the reader for this speech, it's really well done. So when you open Savas, I do want to point out, if you want it to go into the World Wide Web, go here. It does replace what you had, so I suggest opening in a new link. If you are logged in, it will take you directly to the text. If you are not logged in, go through the process of logging in, and then click that link one more time, and it will take you straight to the text. So make sure that you log all the way in, then go back to this link, click the link again. Don't worry about trying to figure out what unit it's in or where it is. Just come back here and click it again once you're logged in. Okay, I think I said that enough. I think you know now. Text 5 then. Declaration of Sentiments. Starts with a comment. You have a PDF of the Declaration of Independence because they are very similar. There's a reason why it's called Declaration of Sentiments, because it steals so many ideas from the Declaration of Independence. So this is the Declaration of Independence PDF, and I shared this with you so you guys could see the style that this original document was written in, because our text 5, Declaration of Sentiments, takes those ideas and almost copies them word for word in some situations. So the comprehension assignment, of course, is going to be a group assignment. It hits a lot of standards here. Your directions are here. And the link is, of course, at the bottom. You'll open that copy. You'll share with your teammates. And then you'll say your name for each section. Of course, if you're working independently, you don't need to put your name on all the sections. You just turn in your one document. And then when you are done with the comprehension section, you submit it here. You submit your own because you want your own grade. The way that you grade other people and give feedback is then on the group grade form, just like the last text that you read. Then we'll have a compare and contrast, an activity, and then again, here's the links to the audio text and the PDF itself. So this is a slightly longer text, so we're going to have to work carefully on this one to get it all finished. So that's what you have coming up this week. And if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me an email. Thanks a lot. Bye.